The last time I saw a flock of sheep of any size was in 1995, in Germany of all places, when I took my bride to be to meet my uncles and cousins. My uncle Uli lives in the Black Forest, which is the nearest thing to the country as you're going to find in Germany. The nearest big city was almost 20 minutes away. One lovely evening, we took a walk, just the two of us, down a dirt path into the Black Forest, like Hansel and Gretel, to see what might be there. Nothing much until we came to a clearing to one side of the path, a clearing surrounded by wire fence. Black forest all around us, no people, no buildings, just this fenced in clearing. Way back over there, toward the corner, were a few sheep. "Hey, look, Deb," I said. "Sheep. I wonder if I can call them." I had no idea. What do I know about sheep? I thought it would be fun to try, so I tried to remember what sound it was that the Australian shepherds on TV make, some sort of clicking noise with the tongue. And, well, for one brief, terrifying moment, I became a shepherd. One of the sheep heard me, and he began to bleat, which caused a multitude of sheep also to bleat, a multitude of sheep pouring out of every hidden and unseen place in that faraway corner of the clearing, and as a now sizable flock, they ran toward us, still bleating as sheep bleat. How many were there? 100? 1,000? I have no idea. But the wire fence seemed insufficient to preserve our safety. So as the sheep approached us, we turned and fled, running as fast as we could, looking for the nearest gingerbread house. When was the last time you saw a flock of sheep? The news from down under, where sheep farming is still a very big deal, is the end of shepherding. Drones have begun to take over, surveying the property for lost sheep, for predators, for good water and good grazing. Drones equipped with speakers to speak to the sheep and guide them to and from, keeping them in the fold. So there will be one flock, one drone. Sheep and shepherding imagery seems so yesteryear, but does anyone have any difficulty understanding what Jesus is teaching? He is the good shepherd. We are his sheep. We listen to him. There are enemies out and about, predators who would love to devour us with violence, scattering us so that we are not a flock. But Jesus protects us from the predators, and we have nothing to fear. The tricky parts of this message have no relationship to real shepherding whatsoever. We can do this sheep thing, and we can love it. The more irrelevant shepherding becomes, it seems, the more relevant the imagery has become. 1,000 different voices call out to us, and they have every kind of medium to call out. For example, a very strong bureaucratic government knows no God above it and has become increasingly hostile to those who do not acknowledge the supremacy of national governments. In Europe, they have been experimenting with a model of government called supranational government. Yet another layer of bureaucracy to provide for every need of every human being in its flock. Where in public life is Christianity welcome? In our schools? In the corporate world? Where can you deliver in safety a full-throated defense of Christianity and Christian principles for civil life, for personal life? The world continues to call out in defiance of God in our pop music, on our television broadcasts, online. Everywhere a voice might be heard, the world calls us away from Jesus. Even though this is true, first of all, it's nothing new. The story immediately following this beautiful discourse by Jesus indicates that even the religious people who didn't believe in him hated this message. They said he had a demon and that he was insane. Why listen to him? Those who believed in him pointed out that demoniacs and insane people don't talk like this. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. What you think depends on whether you believe him when he says, I am the good shepherd. Secondly, Jesus is God. Obviously, this belief is not nothing, and it explains a lot of the non-shepherdy details of this beautiful image. In the book of Revelation, at the initial revelation to John, the glory of God, he sees a lamb. This is remarkable. The glory of God involves a lamb. Power, glory, honor, and might be to God and to the Lamb, right? A lamb. The Lamb, of course, was slain, but is standing. The glory of God revealed to us involves a lamb who was slain, but is standing. Yes, he laid down his life, not that anyone takes it from him, but that he has authority all by himself to lay down his life and take it up again. The lamb who laid down his life and took it back up again is the shepherd. This is God. Jesus is God. No one else has authority to do something like this, and no one else has vanquished the predators, the wolves, the foxes, the lions, who would so like to feast on us, to defy God once and for all. No one else has vanquished the predators by laying down his life for us, then taking it up again. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Yes, thou art with me. Jesus is with me, both as a sheep who knows all my weaknesses, what tempts me, what voices I hear to call me away from him. He knows them all, and he knows my fears, that maybe, just maybe, my sins are too much for him to forgive. Maybe, just maybe, death is the end of it all, and there is no paradise. He knows my fears, and he is with me, the shepherd. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. Who's with me? He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, with the good shepherd ensuring my life with his very own. And I will emerge from the valley of the shadow of death, and I shall dwell in the house of Jesus forever, with the one enormous flock, one good shepherd. Not the one who can make the noise of a shepherd he heard once on TV, but the one who has the voice of God.